Hey, do you feel that? It feels like voter fatigue. I am tired of hearing that this is the most important election of our lifetime. I feel like I've heard that every election of my lifetime, and yet nothing significantly has changed in our quality of life. I'm not gonna say like laws weren't passed and maybe some people weren't helped, but I'm talking about the overall quality of life, the overall evolution of societies and civilization. It is 2024. We are living in the future, of all the past 30 years worth of politicians, like promises and campaigns and terms. And where has that gotten us? Like, it doesn't matter what party you subscribe to. This is not party specific. If you the fact that there are parties and the parties are supposed to represent, different values or whatever, what happened to the value of just like human rights and human like valuing human life and valuing our environments and where we live? Like, what happened to that? That is lost in elections and politics. I feel like, I know society has to be set up and ran a certain way, and I'm open to exploring that. And I wish more people were open to exploring that. I wish more people were more imaginative or more curious about other things. Because I feel like no matter what side you're on, both sides agree that shit is fucked. And it shouldn't be fucked. And they think they have a better idea. And they've shared power over the last, however many years Democrats and Republicans have existed, but they've shared power back and forth, and it seems like it only benefits a few very elite, wealthy individuals and probably corporations. And yet our quality of life, like I'm sitting right now in downtown Oakland on Harrison and East 14th. I mean, not East 14th, just 14th here. But the quality of just the environment, like, it's hella. Now, I'm at my friend's house, and my friend has a very nice apartment. It's very old, and that's why it's very big and has a lot of space and all the shit. So I get it. But outside, it looks like it's looking kind of rough. And I said, this is downtown Oakland. And yet, I remember when I was younger, downtown Oakland looking a lot more together, clean. There were a lot more businesses. There was a lot more activity. And so that's what I'm saying. I can remember in Oakland, not to say that there hasn't always been crime, there hasn't always been, corruption, but I remember when the quality of life just wasn't as dire as it is now, and if no political parties are talking about that or are prioritizing that, then I just don't give a fuck, man. I don't care if your candidate is black, white, Asian, Indian, or all the things together. Like, it doesn't matter. Representation means nothing to me if it doesn't come with like change, if it doesn't come with tangible changes, material changes. Like, that is the name of the game at this point. Material changes, substantial changes in your environment. If that's not happening with your candidate, and I'm sorry, Trump already had a term. He already had a time. We saw how he did in his time. Nothing materially changed for me. I'm not one of those niggas that's like, oh, I got the stimmy. Everybody got the stimmy. But what the fuck is $1,400 to a nigga who is, has hella debt and like, that didn't make a difference to me. Kamala Harris has been in office a great majority of my life, and I live in California. So I've seen her go from working at the DA here, then working as the DA in San Francisco, being the head of the DA of the office there, going to the Attorney General. Like, I've seen her track. That's one thing I have seen. She has been on a track, and she is at the top of this track, and I get it. She wants to get to the top. That's what she wants to do. A lot of people are like, oh man, I just want to see a woman. I just want to see a black. I get it. But I'm telling you guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if what the black person or whatever person you want to see is not making your life better. And not just your ego. Because I feel like that's what a lot of this is too, on both sides. I feel like people see these people, they have parasocial relationships with politicians. They think they're a certain way and they see themselves in it. And I get it, especially in the black women community. I get it, right? This is the, sister girl of all sister girls. But I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all are not the only black people that matter. What is she doing for the other black people that are not, representations of you? And I'm not, I like I said, I'm not voting for either one of these niggas. So I don't feel like, I got to be nice. I'm being I feel like objective and clear and rational. I feel like people who would just vote blue no matter who, or vote red no matter what, I don't know what their thing is, but I feel like people like that, they need to learn how to think for themselves, They really need to learn how to think for themselves critically, But like I said, people are free to vote how they want to vote. Some people just want to see, their goal, their values, in a candidate. And if that's you, hey, that's you. No judgments. But I am judging the system itself, I'm not judging people for participating in it, because this is what we got. I'm probably going to vote too. So that's why I'm not, condemning voting or anything. But I'm just so tired of the same old, repackaged and put on a fucking diverse, face. I'm tired, y'all. I want things to be better for all of us, please.